Yo, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be going over the 3 best ARs to use in Verdansk. We're also going to be giving you guys the attachments for the best recoil control, and we'll also have 2 separate builds, one for casual players, one for highly skilled players for each of these weapons, and then you guys can kind of make a decision on which one you like better. We're also going to be using a website called True Game Data, and it breaks down all the stats for each weapon. I'm talking damage range, bullet velocity, TTKs, all the good stuff. These are the guns that all the pros are using at the moment, so if you guys like this video, make sure you drop that like and that sub button. Let's jump into this video. Okay guys, so we're going to cover the 3 best ARs right now, and then you can really determine which gun you'd like to use. But up first we have the Kilo, and these are the best attachments that I like using for this weapon. For me personally, I love the 2x scope for a more zoomed in experience. That way I can engage at longer ranges on Verdansk. I feel like I can hit more shots, and then pairing that with the 80 round extended mag 3 it makes it so nice where you don't have to constantly reload, and the gun is a little more forgiving if you do miss shots. Now I will say this is a more casual style loadout for your lower skilled players, but even me having a 4KD, I still love using the gun like this. If we take it into the firing range, you guys can obviously see that it has 0 recoil. The gun does not move whatsoever, and it's just really nice to use. Even at 100 meters at that very farthest dummy, this thing does not move at all, and it just feels really nice. This is the gun without me controlling recoil at all. So you can see, not too bad. And then this is me controlling the recoil. You just got to pull a little bit down and to the right on your right analog stick. Now keep in mind guys, this is for Verdansk. If you guys play Rebirth, then you could easily get away with a red dot sight on this weapon. And you could also put on the 60 round mag. But now for a more advanced Kilo loadout for my high skilled players, you don't really need the compensator if you can control recoil well. You'd be better off putting on the monolithic suppressor for extra damage range and bullet velocity. When putting on a different muzzle, you guys always want to pay attention to right here in the middle, damage at effective range, this number right here, and then up here in the top right, bullet velocity. When building any AR, you want to keep in mind the 3 main things, which is recoil control, damage range, and bullet velocity. And that's where this website I'm going to show you here soon really comes in handy. But as you can see right here in the middle, the damage range with this gun is only good up to 44 meters with the compensator. But if I scroll down here and hover over the monolithic suppressor, it's good up to 48 meters. And it gives you an additional 20% for bullet velocity. Bullet velocity is very nice. The higher the number, the better. That means you basically don't have to lead your enemy as much. You can pretty much put it right on them and pull the trigger and your shots will hit. But you'll still have to lead them a little bit if they're flying in or in a vehicle. But if we put this monolithic on and then go back to the gun range, you can see that the gun still does not move at all. The ADS speed is a little bit slower, but it still doesn't move, and it still feels really nice. Going back to this website that I was talking about earlier, you can see here there is a line graph. I already have the Kilo, the Grau, and the AMAX added. It gives you all their TTKs with their damage ranges. TTK stands for time to kill. These numbers are in milliseconds, so the lower the number, the better. So the Kilo does have a TTK of 640 milliseconds, and then the Grau comes in second place at 656 milliseconds, and then the AMAX comes in third place at 665 milliseconds. So the Kilo does kill the fastest, but that's only within its respected damage range. As you can see here, past 35 meters, the Kilo has a lot of damage range fall off. You can just look at this red line. You can see that it goes up by quite a bit. And then the Grau is right here in the middle, and then the AMAX actually has the best damage range. We'll go back to this in a second. Let me give you the attachments for the other weapons. So now let's build this Grau. Make sure you guys go to the Marksman Rifles tab up here at the top, and then choose the SWAT 556. And then when I'm putting on a fire mod, you want to make sure that the Grau conversion kit is selected. Now I think this is a great build for a casual player. This gun also does not have a lot of recoil, and it absolutely fries. A lot of people use iron sights with this gun, but I will show you it with the red dot and then with the iron sights. So with a red dot, this is what it looks like. As you can see, very easy to control, not too hard at all. It does have a little bit of initial firing recoil, as you can see, but after that it shoots really straight, and it does not move. Here's me not controlling the recoil at all. And then here's me controlling the recoil. Not too bad. I've always liked scopes and red dots on my ARs, but you can use iron sights on this gun because they look really, really nice and clean. So you can always take off the optic for a rear grip for better ADS speed, or even a better stock for better movement speed. I'll just put on this quick draw grip for ADS speed. And then as you can see, ADS speed is a lot faster, which means you can snap on your target a lot faster. And the iron sights just look very nice. This is what it looks like in action. Zero recoil. Now for a more advanced loadout for skilled players, you could always sacrifice the muzzle for the monolithic. Again, there's going to be more recoil with the monolithic, but you're going to have better damage range and better bullet velocity. So we can put on the monolithic. Keep in mind though, when putting the monolithic on, it does give you a lot of ADS speed as a con. So again, that's where that rear grip will come in handy. So we can put on this quick draw grip. Now as you can see, ADS speed is still decent, but we got extra bullet velocity and damage range now. And it's still pretty easy to control. Going back to our chart here, you can see that the Gra is a good in-between weapon between the Kilo and the AMAX. So remember, Kilo does kill the fastest up to 35 meters. That is without attachments. Remember, with attachments, we got the Kilo up to 48 meters. But then after that, the Grau is definitely the second best. But looking at the damage range, the Grau will outgun the Kilo all day, basically past 50 meters. Okay, now let's go to the AMAX. So these are the best attachments to use for a lower skilled player. And when I mean lower skilled, guys, I'm not trying to throw insults. I'm just being genuine here. And I know that not everyone can control recoil or is a great Warzone player. Like I said, even me with having a 4KD, I will still use guns like this, so please don't take it as an insult. But this is what I like to use on my AMAX. I feel like this thing absolutely deletes. There is a little bit more recoil, but this does have the best damage range out of the three. Remember, the Kilo and the Grau will kill faster within like 40 meters and closer, but past that, this definitely takes the crown. And here it is in action. And here's me not controlling the recoil at all. As you can see, it's pretty much just vertical recoil. And then here's me controlling the recoil. Not too bad. Now for my higher skilled players, you can actually build this gun a ton of different ways. I've seen about 5 different pros use this 5 different ways. A lot of people will even take off the optic and then throw on overpressured for more bullet velocity, giving this an insane bullet velocity of 1426, as you can see there on the top right, which is kind of nuts. It's almost hit scan, meaning you don't have to lead your target at all. And the iron sights, as you can see, are still very clean. Again, if you want to sacrifice some recoil control for more damage range and more bullet velocity, you can put on the monolithic. Keep in mind, it does give you more ADS speed as a con, so you could even keep overpressured on, but you can definitely feel the ADS is a lot slower. And with this gun already having insane bullet velocity at 1712, you really don't need any more bullet velocity than, I'd say, 1200. So you could take off the overpressured. It brings it back to 1426, and then you can put on this quick draw grip for more ADS speed. Now, as you can see, the ADS speed is a lot better, and the gun still deletes. But again, there is more recoil with the monolithic. So hitting that dummy all the way at 100 meters will be a little tough with this build. But if you can control recoil, then you're good to go. I've even seen a lot of people use this weapon like we did with the OG AMAX, putting on a 3x scope. Now you can use the gun like this, but remember guys, the more zoomed in the scope, the more visual recoil you will have. So with keeping that in mind, I would personally take off the monolithic for the compensator for more recoil control and use it like this. I'm a real big fan of the 2x, but the 3x is also really nice. I feel like the 2x is a good in-between scope. Here's how the recoil looks. Still pretty easy to control, but now you just have more zoom for better engagements at range. So yeah, guys, these are the best attachments for the AMAX. Now let's go back to our TTK chart. Well, before we do that, let me go over barrels real quick. A lot of people use different barrels. I'd say the #1 barrel everyone uses is the gain twist because it gives you the most bullet velocity. But again, if we pay attention here at this effective range number, if you use a long barrel, it's good up to 68 meters instead of 47 meters like with the gain twist. So gain twist is 47 meters at 1189 bullet velocity. The long barrel is good up to 68 meters with 820 bullet velocity. So you would definitely need overpressured rounds with this barrel because 820 bullet velocity is bad. Or you could go with the reinforced, which the barrel gives you 58 meters of damage range with 1,025 bullet velocity. So you can kind of pick and choose which barrel you want, and it's not just for the AMAX. This is applied to the other ARs I showed you as well, but most pros do rock the gain twist barrel, but it's completely up to you. Now if we go back to our chart, you guys can see that the AMAX is definitely the winner here for damage range gunfights. It clears the others by a lot, but even though it has the best damage range, the AMAX is right here, this blue line, the Grau is the orange line, and the Kilo is the red line. So even though the AMAX does clear these other weapons, you got to keep in mind that there is more recoil with the AMAX, so it is harder to hit shots at range. So just keep that in mind. Personally, my recommendation is using the Kilo if you're just starting out, or even if you are a skilled player but you just want to get a good feel for a weapon. You're going to be tickling people at range, but then again, with the Kilo, you have an 80 round mag. And if you pair that with a 2x scope or 3x, you can hit a lot more shots. But if you want something right in the middle, then the Grau is definitely your option. Again, the Grau has 0 recoil, it has good damage range, and it's a good middle ground weapon. But keep in mind with the Grau, you only have a 50 round mag. And then again, with the AMAX, you do have a 60 round mag with a little bit more recoil, but damage range is phenomenal. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you got some value from it. If you guys want me to break down any other weapons, just let me know in the comments and we will make that video. We can do snipers, SMGs, shotguns, whatever you guys would like. Please hit that like and that sub button, guys. It would really, really mean the world to me. Remember, we are live every night on Facebook, Kick, and Twitch at RS It's Ghost. Same as my YouTube handle. If you guys could drop a follow, that would be absolutely amazing. And hopefully we'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.